Okay, so if we were going to try to calculate on a 250 coin flip sequence, I guess I didn't zoom out, but luckily I didn't write too much last time. For 250 flips, how many sequences had at most, the longest run was at most 2? How do you think we should start in trying to tackle that problem?
Well, I think we can start, there's probably an easier part and a harder part. So you can have at most 1 for the longest run, and then exactly 2 for the longest run.
Okay.
So,
But let's get some other ideas too about how we might want to start tackling this problem.
well, it seems sort of like the generating function problems that we looked at a little bit ago.
That's true. There actually is a way to look at this through generating functions. In fact, if there's a way, the way I solved the other problem was through generating functions.
So at most 2.
For 250 flips.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. I mean, just right off the bat, it doesn't seem very likely. Like there doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of these.
How many are there that have at most 1?
Just 2.
Yeah, just starting with heads and starting with tails.
Yeah. So this way of looking at the problem unfortunately doesn't simplify it too much for you, because there's going to be a lot and there's only 2 that have at most 1. But there's something else that we should do to make this problem easier.
Well, maybe just look at a smaller sequence, like maybe only do, I don't know, 5 flips, or, I mean, 3 or 2 flips maybe. And then look at how many have the longest run, those 2. Maybe there's a pattern as you lengthen the sequence.
Okay. Looking at smaller numbers is actually a good idea.
Yep.
So where should we start?
0. 0 or 1.
So
Okay.
those don't really help us at all. But we can.
Well, we may as well start at 1.
So 1. There's so longest sequence at most 2. There's only 2 of them because they're head and tail.
All right.
So 2. So we have head, tail, head, and tail. These are 4 possible sequences.
Okay.
And they all work.
So maybe write 4 out of 4.
So it's 2 out of 2. Yeah, we can just keep track of it, I guess. So for 3, I guess this is where things start to get interesting. And I can still write these down. So head, tail, tail, head, tail, tail, head, tail, tail, head,
Tail,
head, tail, head, and tail. So, yeah, we can.
And so, it looks like all but head, and tail work, so it would be 6 out of 8.
Okay. We get 2, 4, 6. All right.
Alright.
So I guess 4 is our first kind of complicated one. We can see if there's a method rather than writing them out and seeing which ones work.
Yeah, I don't know what the right approach is, but what's your guess right now?
I'm gonna say 8 out of 16.
Yeah, I would guess around that.
Okay.
Half.
All right. So however you want to. Well, actually, let's go to the next video just to tackle this one.